Ashburn and Chantilly are close enough that buyers are constantly comparing them. But I honestly think that this is one of the easiest ways buyers accidentally walk themselves into the wrong daily life. Because the map makes them feel similar. Sometimes the prices aren't even that far apart, and buyers start focusing on the house before they really understand how different these two places can actually feel once you live here. Ashburn feels newer, cleaner, more built around that Loudoun style a lot of buyers specifically move here for. Parts of Chantilly feel a little older, little more mixed, a little more practical day to day. Some buyers actually prefer that. Others get there and realize pretty quickly it's not the feeling that they had in their head. And the crazy part is that two houses that look close online can completely change your Monday once real traffic, real schools, and real life shows up. I'm Atif Khan with Deluxive Homes, and I've lived all around Northern Virginia for 38 plus years. Let me show you the 5 things that actually decide Ashburn versus Chantilly. Number 1, the price gap is not always what it looks like. This is where buyers get themselves in trouble immediately. Because, there are definitely parts of Chantilly where your money stretches further than Ashburn. But in Ashburn, the budget is mostly townhome territory right now. A true single family usually means going higher unless you find something older, smaller, or unusual. In parts of Chantilly, depending on the exact pocket, you may have a better shot at an older single family or more yard for similar money. And honestly, for some buyers, that is absolutely the better move. But here's where people mess this up. Not every lower price is automatically a better idea. Sometimes you really did find more value, and sometimes you're just buying an older house, older systems, a different road setup, or a daily routine that your life does not agree with. That is why this matchup changes so much by the exact address. Because one part of Chantilly can feel very different from another part. Same thing with Ashburn. Number 2, the school setup matters more than the town name. Are Ashburn schools good? It's too broad. Are Chantilly schools good? It's too broad too. Ashburn is LCPS. Chantilly is FCPS. But buyers get themselves cooked every time when they assume that the county reputation answers that question automatically. It does not. Two addresses in the same county can feed into two completely different schools pyramids and create a completely different experience for your family. So before you fall in love with the kitchen and start mentally moving your furniture in, you need to run the exact address through the LCPS attendance zone or the FCPS boundary locator. Because the address decides the schools, not the zip code reputation. Number 3, the commute is half the decision. Seriously, Ashburn buyers are usually dealing with Route 7, the Greenway, and sometimes the Silver Line, depending where they actually work. Chantilly buyers usually are dealing with Route 28, Route 50, and I-66. And by the way, 66 is not a highway. It is a daily emotional experience. Ask those that use it. This is where their close enough logic falls apart fast. because two homes that feel geographically close can create two completely different mornings once actual traffic shows up. So do not test this drive on a Saturday afternoon when everybody is calm and buying coffee. Drive it on a Thursday morning at 7:45 a.m. when Route 28 starts wearing you down. That is the commute you are actually buying. Number 4, the inspection tells you whether the deal is real. This is where the fantasy either survives or completely falls apart. Older homes are not bad homes. Some buyers absolutely prefer them. Bigger lots, more space, more cookie cutter feeling. But older homes also come with older systems. And some buyers get so excited about the bigger yard or the lower price that they completely ignore the fact that the HVAC looks like it remembers Blockbuster. A roof can cost you more than 10 grand. An HVAC system, several thousand more. That's not a small surprise 3 months later after closing. That is a vacation, a renovation, an emergency fund. Psh, gone. So ask about the roof HVAC, water heater, window permits, maintenance history, because a real deal survives the inspection. A fake deal becomes your problem after the boxes are unpacked. Number 5, stop comparing the houses. Compare the life. This is the real decision right here. The kitchen island is not driving you to work every morning. The extra square footage is not paying your tolls. The pretty backyard is not sitting in Route 28 traffic for you. Your daily routine is what decides whether you love where you live or slowly get annoyed by it every single week. I've watched buyers choose Chantilly because the house looked like a better deal, and then slowly realize the commute, the road setup wore them down over time. And I've also watched buyers stretch hard for Ashburn convenience and then quietly wonder if they paid too much just to stay inside the Loudoun bubble. Both mistakes come from the same thing, folks. Compare listings before comparing lifestyles. So here's the honest verdict. Who is Ashburn actually for? Ashburn is for Ashburn is Ashburn is for the buyer who wants that newer Loudoun feel, who wants things a little more planned out, and whose life runs through the Dulles corridor enough that the convenience genuinely matters. If you're okay paying a little bit more, and if the daily routine feels easier, cleaner, and more predictable, Ashburn is for you. Who should not pick Ashburn? The buyers chasing that name just because everybody told them that Ashburn is where they're supposed to be, and that's where they should buy. But if your budget feels stretched, if you want more land, more breathing room, or you genuinely do not care about paying extra for the new communities and newer layouts, Ashburn may not actually be worth for you to pay premium for. Who is Chantilly for? Chantilly makes sense for the buyer who wants more flexibility in the house.
Virginia is a community.
Who is Chantilly for? Chantilly makes sense for the buyer who wants more flexibility in the house itself, may want more yard or more space for the money, and whose commute genuinely works off of 28, Route 50, or 66. And honestly, some buyers simply like the feel better. It feels a little less polished, a little more real world, and some people connect with that immediately. Who should not pick Chantilly? The buyer who keeps trying to convince themselves it is basically Ashburn but cheaper. Because that mindset usually means you are not actually buying what fits you. You're chasing a comparison. So if you're genuinely split between the two, I need you to slow down, because this is not really a town decision. It is a daily life decision disguised as a home search. I'm Atif Khan with Deluxive Homes. Text me at 571-437-1880 and tell me where you work, where your commute actually looks like, what your commute actually looks like, and what kind of life you're trying to create. And I'll help you figure out which one actually fits before you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars guessing. I keep it real in real estate. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.